Welcome to another edition of Talk City Greensboro, produced by GTN, featuring interviews and events happening around town. It's an easy way to stay in the know while you're on the go. Subscribe to Talk City on iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, or SoundCloud so you can keep up with what's going on in Greensboro city government and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney Dawson, and always it's a good day when I can see Rosemary on the other side of the table.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. And you know what you can't see because they're under the table? I have on sparkly shoes today.
You do?
And there's a reason for it.
Why?
Well, I'm going to tell you about it. But first, a little quiz for you, a little fill in the blanks.
I didn't
you ready?
do well in school.
Yes, you did. Okay. Stop it. All right. Follow the yellow.
Brick road.
Mm-hmm. Ding dong.
The witch is gone.
Yes. We're off to see
The Wizard.
That is right. The iconic film is coming back to the stage in Greensboro for the 29th time. Community Theater Greensboro's executive director, Roz Fulton, is here, along with everybody's favorite Scarecrow, a.k.a. Ty Gibson. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
So glad to have you here. Okay, Roz, first, 29 years. How did the show first get started here in Greensboro?
So our former executive director in our season said, I love this movie, and why don't we produce it on the stage at the Carolina Theater? So 29 years ago, it just happened to be a one show that was put in our season, and then the popularity of it just continued to grow year after year. And so it really became a tradition here in Greensboro that kind of kicks off the holiday season of, everybody loving, starting with Wizard and then moving into the rest of the holidays. So it just became a tradition and that everyone loves.
It's so much fun.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Now I'm looking around the table. I know how old I am. And I'm looking at Ty. You look kind of young, Ty.
Yeah, not having facial hair makes me go back.
Okay. I'm just picking with you. But do you remember The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz? Do you remember that?
So the original Wizard of Oz, I recently rewatched it before getting into the groove of the show. But when I first saw it, I was around like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
And so, because I thought I didn't see it. And I was like, I got to see it because I'm in it. I was like, I need to know what's going on.
Right.
And my mama was like, you saw it. You was just real young.
Yeah.
And so I watched it as a refresher at the age of 24. And so it came back.
Okay.
It was a lot was still a blur.
What made you say I'm going to audition for that part?
You know what? It was one of them things where I've always been following CTG and just loving what they do and what they stand for and just the shows that they put on. And so I got a chance to see The Wiz I think it was the prior year. And so seeing The Wiz, I was like, oh my God, this is a phenomenal show. And so when I saw The Wizard of Oz was coming out with auditions, I was like, okay, my schedule is open. Usually that's never the case because it was like these last 2 months was free. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign from God saying just go for it.
Right.
And so I decided to just jump out there and go for it. I've never been in a musical. And so I was like, why not? And so I took the leap and here we are. So it's been a true fun ride.
I know it has.
I like the shirt, too.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to, you know what I'm saying? Had to support the show.
I mean, we're talking a big cast. I mean, you know the main characters, Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man Lion, Witch, Wizard. But I mean, you have almost 100 people in this show.
Correct. It is a lot of people, but it makes up the show. You have to have that group of ensemble of Munchkins and the Ozians, and of course our Winky Dad ensemble. That is again, that's the heart of what we do as an organization, but also it makes up the show. You can't have leads without the ensemble.
No.
So.
So for those who haven't seen it, what can they expect to see on stage?
Colorful magic. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Especially, during that Munchkin scene, it is colors everywhere.
So fun.
It's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of joy. And that's one thing that we are really trying to bring to everyone in this community. We were trying to bring some happiness, trying to bring some fun times, and just give you a chance to come, sit back, and for 3 hours, just kind of enjoy a good show.
I mean, and you say magic. There's magic on stage.
Absolutely.
I mean,
There is magic.
Flying, fire, tornadoes.
Yes.
I mean,
It's a lot going on.
there's a lot going on.
So let me ask you this, because you've been so immersed in it, you've watched it, and I'm gonna ask you, but keep it brief for me, because tell me, I'm gonna go with Roz first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come to you, same question. What's your favorite part of the show, and why?
So I have a little bit of a different perspective of it because I get to see everything that happens. So really, a favorite moment of mine is seeing the audience. And it's the smiles on the faces, especially because I do walk through the theater, or just to see young people sitting still, fully engaged in what is happening on that stage. And so it just brings just a special moment to you when you're walking by and you see these kids just loving what they are seeing on the stage. So everything on the stage is gorgeous and beautiful and amazing. But it's really to see, how the audience is taking it in.
Well, that's why I asked that question. I framed it that way because I knew you would have some insight that others wouldn't. Ty?
For me, it would have to be Munchkinland. That is truly, just seeing how involved the kids are, it just brings me joy because I have a heart for kids. And so just seeing how they show up and just go for it and just truly have fun on the stage, it's amazing to see. And like Ms. Ross said, just seeing the audience, just how they react and just other kids seeing kids on stage doing what they love doing, I think it's super inspiring for kids showing like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And so just seeing the colors, the brightness, it's amazing.
Good
it's
stuff.
So amazing.
I can see the smiles on your face.
Yeah.
Like you love it.
It does it every
help but
time.
smile. Yes.
Every time.
Roz, I know that the show wraps up this weekend, so we have 3 more shows, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, all at
Correct.
the beautiful Carolina Theater. And people are who come to the show all the time are coming up to you saying, how can I get my kid involved? Or how can I be involved with community theater? So what are some upcoming opportunities after The Wizard of Oz?
So we do have A Christmas Story, which is another classic movie. We'll be presenting that play over at the Star Stage in December. But we always have lots of opportunities for kids, whether it's in classes, whether it's in camps, whether it's in other youth shows. So I always suggest people, sign up for our newsletter, follow along on our social medias, and that way you can definitely stay in the know. Or they can always email me, and I'll be happy to send out information. But just, as we always say, get your kids involved in the arts. It's so important.
What we'll do is for the YouTube viewers, we'll get your email address and get any website information and place it in there.
That'd be great.
Awesome.
Yes. Ty, you going to audition for something else coming up? You have the bug
absolutely.
now?
Yeah, like it's in me.
Okay.
It's in me. I love it. CTG is home. That's hard. And
Good.
so I would definitely be going for something else.
Well, there's no place like home, of course.
Okay. That part.
I see what you did.
You see, I see it too.
All right. Find out more about The Wizard of Oz. Get tickets, get involved, support them. It's all right there online for you. Go to ctgso.org.
Roz, Ty, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Looking forward to the show.
We will see
Absolutely.
you there.
Talk
We will
City.
see you down the Yellow Brick Road.
You're going to see me down the
Absolutely.
Yellow Brick Road. Don't ask me to get on stage. That'll be your last show. We're not coming back after we saw that. To our listeners and viewers of Talk City, thank you. And stay tuned in weekly by subscribing to Talk City Greensboro on iTunes, Pandora, and Google Play. And don't forget, you can download Talk City from SoundCloud. That's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Talk City.
Hey, don't forget to watch GTN. It's your official source for news and information about the city of Greensboro. GTN is available on Spectrum Channel 13.
AT&T UVerse Channel 99 and Lumos 31.
GTN also streams live on Roku and the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov.